We kick off in a dungeon darker than my future. Our guy Ryan is wall chained, getting wrecked just for kicks. Bro looks like chewed gum bruised, leaking red. Total mess. Lord Sans Parton caused this flop era. Dude ruin Ryan's. How'd he get stuck in this horror show? Simple math. Sermons get OP magic. But our prince, zero skills. Not a wins. Trashes him for staying alive. Ryan tries to clap back, begging for the end. But Mr. Whitehair plays dumb. Guy literally yoinked Ryan's tongue ages ago. Bored after 3 years of wrecking the sermons, the Lord dips. Totally. Solo, Ryan can't believe it's been 3 whole years. His fam guarded the dark zone. Basically, Monster Central. Thanks to that epic gig, sermons were the continent's top dogs. But then, Dad and the brothers vanished into thin air. Poof. Nobody had a clue. But them, and that started their major flop era. Sans Parton saw a chance to wreck them and took it. He fought dirty, dragging the fam through the mud. He wanted their Dragon Bloodder rare cheat code for true heirs. It buffs them so hard. They hit Archmage level as kids and Swordmasters at 50. But Demon Lord Arkan's curse can delete that buff. It only hits one kid every few centuries. And yep, our boy drew the short straw. Curse stay. So, no sword skills, no magic. Totally useless. He sits there crying over how easily he got owned. Where's Psycholord used him as a lab rat for 3 years. He's too drained to even rage about it now. Sensing the end, he shuts his eyes to finally log off. But the universe said, not so fast. Buddy. Ryan wakes up, shook. Someone's calling him young master. He is majorly confused seeing his maid, Colin, just chilling there alive. Gears turning, he yells for a mirror, like, right now. He stares at his baby face, shook. What year is it? She answers, and Ryan freaks. He traveled back to age 12. See, this isn't just some random flashback. This is the year everything crashed and Parton attacked. Remembering the Golden Lord's wish grant, it all clicks. Suddenly, a fancy dude walks in. Colin bows instantly. Ryan knows him, Alejandro, the family's top night boss. The commander tries to bench the prince, claiming he looks way too fragile. Colin immediately chimes in with a sassy told you so vibe. But our boy drops a bomb, calmly claiming he is actually in beast mode. Then he straight up asks, exactly what kind of torture I mean tournays on the menu today. Alejandro shook that the kid isn't bailing, so he mentions it is just a leg day session. Totally baffled. He wonders if this dude is actually the same wimpy prince. Our hero snags a blade, flashes a smirk, and confirms he is definitely the real deal. Armed with all the crazy XP and muscle he grinded during that nightmare vacation in Adon, he is ready to wreck whatever comes next. It is his soul shot to reboot the timeline and crush that pale parasite creep. He peeks at his stats and sighs with relief his build isn't total garbage. He even spots his shiny double as rank curse hiding in the menu. Just then, Alejandro pops in to announce the stage is set. Ruin swipes the interface closed and tags along. They hit the arena, finding a chained goblin screeching like a busted alarm clock. The beast lunges at Ryun, but the leash snaps it back hard. The vibe gets super tense, and Colin, practically, pleads with the boss to quit, claiming the prince is too delicate for this drama. Ryun gets it. Yesterday he was shaken in his boots, so she is just looking out. But he zones in, now, telling himself he finally understands the assignment. The UI spams him with red alerts that the curse is glitching out again. The nasty bug that makes every mob look like absolute nightmare fuel. Checking the screen, the curse is true, mechanic clicks. He takes a deep breath to reboot. Alejandro offers a timeout, but Ryun says, no way, and steps up to the plate. The green menace jumps the gun, swiping at him before he is even ready. Heeman walks back in panic before forcing his feet to plant. He mentally slaps himself. It is just one stinky mob, nothing to sweat over. Grinning, he realizes this guy has zero aura compared to that boss back in Adon. That villain's vibe alone used to freeze him like a glitchy screen. Next to that, this little creep isn't even a proper tutorial. He raises his weapon and bonks the goblin's head with a satisfying crunch. The commander and Colin stand there, jaws hitting the floor. The system pings. He pushed through the debuff and nerfed its power. He eyes his busted practice sword and the trembling goblin on the ground. Another pop-up appears. Fear immunity unlocked. He pauses, processing the upgrade. Before telling Alejandro to fetch him some actual steel, the commander lags for a second while Colin looks ready to faint. Ryun flashes a grin that makes the veteran blush. Realizing the kid finally has main character energy, the goblin starts shivering the second Ryun glares, knowing it is game over. Ryan swings hard, deleting the poor thing from the server with one hit. Alejandro nudges Colin. Yo, watch this. Witnessing the rise of the next sermon boss right now. Fight's over. Run dips to splash, cold water, cooling off the adrenaline. Mirror check. Relief hits the system, actually chipped a curse. Slaps the sink, hard. Hype train, leaving the station, cause this means no level cap. Real potential unlocked. But then, major mood kill. The XP payout was total trash. At this rate, he'd need to wipe 1,000,000 gobs to level up properly. Gotta get swole fast before Doomsday wrecks the house. Bright side. He confirmed the curse isn't invincible. It's breakable. Stares at the UI. Can't fumble this bag? Absolutely not. Lore drop house sermon is a mess. Dad and Sibs ghosted 2 years ago. Even nerfed like this, it's still a VIP. So enemies haven't tried anything sketchy yet. Random fist pump. Finally, found the leveling cheat code. Time to test strategy number 2. Cut to a stunner in red, rocking a mask, strutting through the front doors. Tea time. Let the gossip session begin. She heard about the hunt, smirks. You call me for magic one? Meet Saw, the big boss of Sermon's magic squad. Like the Knight Commander, she's a rank 7 beast. Scary skills. Her stats are hidden to everyone but the head of family. She puts the cup down. Serious mode. Don't get cocky. Magic's hard. She admits she ghosted his training because she thought his mana stats were 0. Ryun smirks. Yeah, tell him something he doesn't know. Curse blocked his mana sense like a firewall. But yesterday, system update. He claims he feels it now. She's shook, pushing the tea. Away Saw conjures a sick fire dragon hologram. She lets him peek. Okay, open up. See anything real? Bet you can't identify the shape I just sketched in the air. She freezes when he nails the answer instantly. 0 lag. Brain glitch. How did he unlock magic vision overnight? Makes absolutely no sense. Seeing that art means his mana IQ rivals hers, maybe higher. She paces, stressing out. How did this kid speedrun his progress so fast? Unbelievable. Rion bursts her bubble. Cool trick, but totally useless. He sees mana in 4K, but can't use family tech to harness it. So he needs her to help him glitch through that wall. She's baffled. Help, you can't even store mana. Kid, only fix. Sina's gotta force feed her magic straight into him. She warns she can totally unalive him whenever she wants during this. But our prince is like, I'm super squishy anyway. So one-shotting me is nothing new. Real talk, she's the only one he trusts, not to wreck his life. Back in the day, Sina stuck to him like glue until the bitter end, shielding him with her body even when her mana hit 0. He asks for help again, since she's literally the only one he'd trust with his soul. Later, Sina fires up that blue earth magic. The fancy secret spell her fam has guarded for ages. She thinks he's too noob, but our boy farmed XP with it back in Ada. Once ready, she tells him to lock in and focus hard, cause he's about to enter a serious world of hurt. She says screaming or crying is totally useless once it kicks off. Only way to bail is to mentally scream, stop, with his whole soul. Talk of pain triggers, flashbacks of all the crazy torture Sans put him through. After that nightmare, nothing scares him now. So he chills and tells Sina to quit holding back since he trusts her completely. Hearing that, she finally dumps her. Magic straight into him, and Arkan's curse triggers instantly. Mana leaks out of him as fast as she pours it in. Still, he handles it like a boss, gripping the energy for the split second it stays. The curse tries to blast it out, but he focuses the boom in one spot to glitch the system. Sina can't believe its 0 energy is leaking out. Rune pushes on, even though his veins feel like they're about to pop, but he doesn't flinch, given the death matas he survived in it. In that hellscape, he leveled up to be the strongest mage alive. Even after resetting time, every single move he mastered is still burned into his brain. Suddenly, he absorbs the energy, and Sina cuts the mana feed instantly. Rune drops to the floor, curling up from the insane pain. But this agony, nothing compared to his past trauma. The weird experiments Sans' docs ran on him were way worse. One night, he saw a black figure raid the basement and slice up the doctors. The masked dude dragged him out, even though he was hurt bad himself. Waking up later, Rune realized Alejandro was the one who saved him. The commander apologized for being late before the white coat creeps did damage. Still, Rune was just hyped to see him after 3 long years apart. Sadly, their reunion wrecked when Parton guards showed up and turned the guy into a pink. Reliving that nightmare, Rune snaps awake in the now, tearing up. While he's stoked, his magic test worked. He's annoyed the nightmare, killed the vibe. He steels himself, vowing to use this new power to stop that bad ending from repeating. Even though he's way buffed now, he's gotta hide his power up so the Partons don't freak out too early. To keep them off his back, he cooks up a sneaky scheme. Step 1. Crush the family haters way before the Partons can crash the party. A little later, Rayon scratches his head. Oops! Magic training flunked. S.A. and Alejandro just stare like their brains are buffering. After an awkward pause, he decides he can't spill the beans, even if they're his best. Usually he's an open book, but the truth would just cause a meltdown. Cracking his knuckles, he swears he gave it 100%, but feels 0 magic juice. He tells Esa to scan him till she's blue in the face. She's game and steps up without blinking. Zap. She grabs his hand, pouring her magic in to check. Impossible. She gasps, while he just chills with a grin. She yanks back. Nope, the tank is totally empty. Her voice wobble, but you were glowing like a bulb yesterday. Bummer. Esa wipes a tear. Bails, while Rune tries to holler after her. Door slams. Alejandro pivots. Hey, night drills. Oh wait, our boy smiles nervously. Hard pass on that too. Barely ate a crumb since last time. Ask Colin. Weak excuse. That one line hits the night commander like a truck, and he slumps into total gloom mode. 2 months later, Colin bursts in sobbing. He's still hiding. Dad and brothers are MIA. Is running the whole show solo to keep the lights on? But even she is about to crash and burn now. Colin retreats to the kitchen. Prince stiffs again. They ask, Butler 3 months since he poked that goblin. Now, he's ghosting Alejandro too. Maid mumbles. Tried to level up too fast and fried his brain. Colin snaps. Hey, the young master did his best. She shuts up the second they drop the casual nickname, the Sermon family jinx. In town, it's worse. They call him Sermon Trash. Loyal maid jumps in. He is only 12. You jerk. Butler shrugs. Nobles need to deliver. No excuses. Another maid spills tea. Everyone's quitting one by one. Butler nods. Yeah, I'm putting in my notice too. What about you, Colin? Silence fills the room. Cut to Rayon, casually munching on a medium-rare steak, noting the food tastes kinda cheap now. Uh-oh. No panic though. He grins like a little imp, thinking, hey, just as planned, old him would have panicked hard and burned out, trying to fix this mess. But version 2.0 is built different. The strut acts super weak so the haters lower their guard, then catch them slipping and delete them all. Family tanked when dad ghosted and the search crew vanished into thin air. His big brothers pulled a disappearing act, just like dad, and the cash flow hit zero. The gym used to be popping. Now, it is a total ghost town. Even the allies wanting clout dipped real quick. Ryun is honestly unbothered by the whole vibe, though quiet means he can grind levels in peace. Still, the slow flop is annoying. He wants to speedrun the ruin. Suddenly, Colin kicks the door down into the room. Wakey. Wakey? Training time. Boss man is waiting. Total buzz. He tells her, nah, I am taking a personal day. Colin is not having it. Yoinked goes the blanket. She walks up, dead serious, and scoops him up like a princess. Hauls him out, yelling, I am riding with this squad until the end. Meanwhile, bro just chills. Free Uber. Don't mind if I do. At the gym, Alejandro is roasting his trash sword skills. It is just swinging a stick. Kid, how are you this bad? Ryun's side, old dude, is still holding on to hope. Cute, wants to pay him back later, but cannot leak the secret gains. Yet, he even uses a morph skill to fake being scrawny, though the glitch is still kinda buggy. Ding! Stamina, level up. His eyes pop open. Gotta pee. He bolts, leaving the boss confused. Checks the mirror. Moving to fast breaks the disguise filter. Opens the stat menu and grins, seeing the secret grind is finally paying off. Hitting level 20 soon to unlock Ghost Class and stack those builds. Just then, he spots Alejandro, chatting. Surprise guest, it is Truno, the manager. My bad for the interruption. He hands over. Scrawl Ryun pauses. Is the plot changing? Nope. Same old script. Alejandro already figured it out. He scans the letter. The second prince. Kyle wants him at the birthday bash. Smirk. Activated. The master plan is coming together perfectly. Soon, he is en route to the party. Literally, Colin kept him up all night, playing fashion show to ensure the drip was immaculate. She begged to tag along, but retainers got hit with a hard no. Plus, the boss got sent to handle some drama at the border. No one saw that beast attack coming. Saha 2 bounce cause her mom summoned her home. So now, a 12-year-old social wreck is repping the whole fam solo. Truno swears. It's chill since the Darrens aren't dumb enough to try anything funny, but Ryan thinks that safety net died with the old family rep. Usually, they just send a lackey to these lame events. But with things falling apart, our boy has to crash this birthday bash as the big boss himself. He's cool with it, seeing as he kinda caused the whole collapse. Hours later, his ride pulls up to the Darren crib. Kyle, Darren, and a squad of maids are there, waiting for him. Truno thanks them for the VIP treatment on Ryan's behalf, but our guy can totally feel everyone staring daggers at him. Walking in, he hears wild gossip about his family's epic fail. Prince just smirks cause he totally scripted this whole mess. He makes it worse with a super awkward sup to the fancy nobles. That cringe move made everyone nearby facepalm hard. Later in the dining, Hologard is shook that the kid hid in his room for 5 days. Showing up a week early was for networking. But the captain says, don't hold your breath on that one. He mentions Ryun's absolute train wreck at the reception. Can't believe he's hiding when the fancy food out there is fire. It's got everything a dude wants, even cute noble girls. Just then, a guy walks in and tells the captain to gear up because the boss is actually going to the party. They haifa stoked, they won't miss the good vibes. He also says to fake the report and cover the kid's screw-up. As for Ryun, he's been low-key training in his room, waiting for the right moment. The party was just bait for the guards. His real plan is way bigger. After all, the day of the feast is exactly when his worst nightmare shows up at the house. The chatting ladies go dead silent. The second Lord Sans walks in. Literally everyone avoids making eye contact with the guy. Truno tries to dodge him, but Sans beelines right for him. Truno is totally cornered. He starts sucking up about the honor, but Sans cuts the fly. He says he heard the great Ryun is here and wants a meet. Truno plays dumb, acting like he's clueless. So Sans spells it out. He means the family's biggest failure. Jano is absolutely shook. He knows Sans is stressing as the most talented one around. Magekin, but didn't think the dude would throw shade at the big boss right on Darrenturf. Bold move. But Sans flips the script, claiming the gossip is fake news. Claims he's just there to bust the myths hurting. The sermon rep, Truno isn't buying it from the land's biggest scum. Word is, this guy started boozing at 7 and straight up iced a follower. Just then, our boy rolls up with the squad. Sans is pumped. Truno's freaking out over the terrible timing. Ryan's vibe is so lit. Everyone does one look and they're rethinking all the old rumors. Sans is super salty though. Getting outshined instantly by the family clout, he steps to Sans, saying his bro Prince Lars talks about him. Sans tries to act cool, saying he's heard the stories too. Before he can yap, the prince calls him a nice guy. Jokes that Sans quit school early because he was just too popular. Ryan flips the script on his shady past with pure sarcasm. Claims Sans saved some kid from a bully and even rescued a girl from a total loser. Yeah, right. Sans is boiling, but Ryan's not done roasting him. He drops a comment about Nice and Truno panics. Lies that Sans brought knee meds. For Lars, smooth. Then he drags the prince off before it blows up. Our boy's happy after grilling the white-haired jerk. Sans takes the roast as a straight-up war cry. But triggering him is just step 2 of the master plan. Back in his room, Sans rages and smashes a pot. He loses it, screaming insults about our hero. Thinking back, he realizes Lars definitely Froundale he didn't quit, but got kicked out. He grips his head, cursing that the cover-up was totally useless. He recalls the jab about the knees that truth has to stay buried forever. Flashback. He's gasping for air, trying to look tough. Lightning crackles around. Lars telling him he really screwed up. Sans stammers excuses, claiming he didn't know she was taken. Ryan's big bro stays. Frosty, reminding him everyone's a student first, orders him to kneel. Now, Lars says, apologize for real, or his whole fam gets crushed and he's dead meat. Sans drops to his knees, totally owned, with lightning pointed at his face. Sans snaps back to reality, screams like a banshee, and forces himself to stick to the plan. He swears he's gonna silence Lars's little brother, whatever the cost. Taking a breath, he hypes himself up for eventual payback on Run. A knock interrupts his spiraling, and he grunts permission to enter. Someone walks in, making Sans raise an eyebrow. Didn't expect this guest? It turns out to be none other than Truno Hilda. Flash forward to the post-party aftermath. Riding home, our boy reflects on crushing his goals and charming the fancy pants. He is even more stoked that he's successfully trolled Sans, who took the bait instantly. Truno pipes up, saying Rune did awesome at the feast and gave House Sermon some serious hope. Rion claps back instantly, pointing out he didn't make any real friends and basically beefed with House Parton. The manager pivots fast, claiming the roast of Sans was absolute fire. Our hero chuckles and hits the button in the carriage's center. Truno looks lost. What's happening? Sweating buckets. He asks why the boss turned on the soundproofing. Rune drops the act. If you really had hope, you wouldn't have Truno starts melting down and stammers as he plays dumb about what the young master means. Our guy says the betrayal sucks, but he'll let it slide since it was for the eyes downcast. The manager whispers, how did you find out? Rune tells him to make a choice, right now, and judge himself like the old days. As the ride keeps zooming along, Rune spills the tea on his secret plan. The manager is shook, staring at the kid, wondering how he cooked this up. The guy facepalms and sobs, saying he wants to scream his pride from the rooftops. Ryun looks chill with the guy's choice, and mentions they're outside the city limits. Truno stares, wondering how this kid stays calm, knowing what's coming. He suddenly clocks that it's not a smile on the boss's face, but straight-up killer vibes. Bam! Carriage stops. A knight yells at the driver to keep moving. He spots the driver, dead at the wheel, and barely dodges a face-seeking arrow. Ambush! A knight screams, guard the ride. Poison magic! he warns. Mages pop a shield instantly. The captain takes charge, slapping arrows away and yelling for the chickens to show themselves. Another knight gets a bad vibe and shouts at the cap. He warns him to back off the cart, friend or not. Then, he drops the bomb. The carriage is empty. Total confusion. Rune got snatched and is currently bouncing on a horse with some guy. Meanwhile, our hero is mental mathing. The time skip. Total flashbacks to his past life's kidnapping drama. Fam went broke, saving him back then, leading to a total game over. But with future hacks, Rune's ready to flip the script. That's why he ghosted his fam this time around. He knew the other nobles were thirsty for his head. The play, act like a total NPC. So they lower their guard. But the part, they don't care if you're op or a noob. He knew they'd tried to delete his character eventually. Luckily, Sans Parton walked right into the trap card, meaning he's deaf, gonna try something on the road trip. That's why our boy plotted with Truno, the kidnapper. Slumped on the horse behind Rune whispers, stick to the script and I won't end you. Plus, our main character is secretly grinding XP, hitting level 20 like a boss. Truno arrives and hands our unconscious actor to Sans. Twist. Truno is the Sermon family's head manager, who totally sold out the young master for a deal. Rune busted him, but Sans still thinks it's all good. As agreed, Sans hands over the intel, claiming it's legit Asen family leaks. Truno looks super sus, so Sans goes, relax, selling tea is our business. He passes the files on who saw the sermon heirs get taken out. Rune finally clicks on why Truno betrayed him. He thinks Rune's a useless scrub, but the big brothers, they've got the skills to pay the bills. So Torono is desperate to track them down. He knew the Essence had the deets, but couldn't get M. So he played the Partons like a fiddle. Leaving, Truno begs, please return the kid in one piece. Truno dips, and a lackey asks Sans if it's killing time. But Sans is like, no, his fam will disown him anyway. He's the bad guy now. Sans heads back to execute the main plan. Next scene, our boy wakes up decked in chains. Sans is there, roasting him for being a sermon failure. Even though Rune knows the whole plot, he plays dumb. Why am I here, bro? Sans brags about the napping, and our hero drops a threat. Sans thinks Rune's a joke, so he just laughs, then kicks Rune's face, yelling, your fam is toast. Sans starts roasting our guy, claiming Truno traded him to the Partons just to get intel on who saw his bro get snatched. Basically, Ryan's such a loser, nobody even tried to save him. Then he gets all up in his face, saying the fam war is heating up, and this abduction is just the intro. Ryan shoots a death glare and flips the magic switch. Sans is left totally speechless, still chained up. Ryan drops a bomb. Dude, I've been waiting for this since I Green light floods the room like a rave, but nothing happens. Awkward, so Sans starts trash talking again. Jokes on MRMC, hits mute on the magic circle. Now Sans is silenced for real. Can't chant, can't cast. His magic just fizzles out. Freaking out, he tries to blast our hero with a firebolt since that one's hands-free. The big boss ordered Ryan taken alive, so Sans is limited. He sticks to weak tier 2 magic, exactly what our boy predicted. But Sans is messing up big time. He aims for the leg so his dad won't rage quit on him. Ryan scans the data and hacks the mana. Now Sans' attacks are just glitch. Sans panics, whips out a dagger, but Ryan snaps those chains like cheap plastic. Too easy. He steps up, hits paralysis, and it's lights out for Sans. Sans wakes up later, but now he's the one in the hot seat while Ryan chills there with a blade in hand. Sans thinks, Fefty, these are just normal chains, right? So he tries to muscle out. Wrong. High voltage zaps him instantly. Major damage. Ryan walks up, saying he tattooed magic circles right on him. It's a forbidden hack carving circuits into flesh, so blood powers the spell. In his last playthrough, Ryan suffered this. Force wake spells kept him up while they carved scars. Total torture fest. Still confused. Sans is like, wait, aren't you banned from using mana? Little does he know, RMC has been grinding skills since the respawn using past life cheats. Since grabbing mana pills 3 months back, he's unlocked every skill. Plus, that secret he found in a came in clutch. Every skill has a specific circuit logic, and you just gotta inject mana into the right path to trigger it. Only top-tier players know this meta exists. With that info, leveling up in New Game Plus was a breeze. Also, Ryan scouted this map earlier to memorize the layout. Trapping Sans. Piece of cake. That magic trap was actually meant for Ryan Origin. But now, Sans is gonna feel the burn for real. Post-torture sesh, Ryun's dipping, but Sans blocks him. Ryun spins back. I can bail before your fam shows in 7 days. Sans is shook. How'd you know? Ryun grins. Hurt you order the squad back in a week. Genius. Busted Sans. Tries lying. Nah, they're coming right now. But Ryun knows that's Cap because if his goons were actually close, Sans would have tried to stall him so they could jump him, not spill the beans. Sans keeps yapping, but Ryun walks. See you tomorrow, liar. Time to prep for the Parton crew showing up in 7 days. 7 days later, the goons pull up to the hideout. Boss man asks, anyone here from Sans? Minion says, nope, but we watched every exit all week. Big boss storms and orders are to grab the kid. ASAP tells the squad, stay put. I got this. Going down, he spots something. Sus. Steps on a magic circle. It attacks. He pops a shield just in time. Now he knows Sans is in deep trouble. Traps everywhere. He wonders who set this up. Double shields up. He rushes to find Sans and the culprit. In the room, he sees Sans. Chained up, bloody mess on the floor. Breaks chains. Who did this? Sans is too weak to talk. Then he spots Ryun, tied up in the corner. Sans begs for heals. But Boa says, we gotta bounce first. Too many traps. Don't know the enemy. Bossman's confused. What? The perp left Ryun behind. Something's sus. Suddenly, Sans finally speaks up. It was Ryun. He did this. Corner Ryun plays dead. Boss aims magic, but real Ryun pops up behind. Decoy? Ryun instantly attacks. Fight me bro. Fights on. Spells flying everywhere. Boss lands a mega punch. Ryun spits blood and drops. While Ryun's down, Boss says, can't kill you, but I'll torture you like Sans. Surprise. Sans grabs a dagger and stabs Boss's neck. Plot twist. It's Ryun, inside Sans via soul transfer. Plus, he can pilot his own body too. Multitasking. My trump card. Boss drops dead. Dude chugs a health pod to patch himself up. Next, he hypes himself up for fragging Parton's elite mage. Boom. System alert. Quest done. And he hits level 15. He's totally confused about how stats jumped, but Ryan's got bigger fish to fry right now. He drags the mage's corpse to a bed. Looks super sus, not gonna lie. The soul link stays active so he can spam magic even while piloting, draining his mana. Our guy tanks his level 2 unlocked that secret assassin class, Shadow. Ryan nails it, but with leftover XP, he's got 2 shots left. Guess what? He crushes the second attempt to easy mode. He was gonna stop there, but after wrecking the mage, Ryan gets greedy. He wants the ghost job now. That OP class made Adon the absolute goats. So, our hero figures? Why not me? The catch, you need a huge soul. Ryan's ready to gamble though. Zero hesitation. He starts the upgrade process. It's a grind and costs his soul, but he pulls it off. Right before the system ping, our MC starts sweating bullets. Luckily, he wins big and snags the Phantom Ghost title. This Phantom gig, totally new to him, but he figures it's like the basic version. Since Ryan crushed the setup, he switches back to the main mission. Smoking the mage was key, cause it buffed his ghost stats big time. Next, he triggers Lich Creation. That usually needs a level 70 Necro or a 7-circle wizard. The Lich thing flops, so the system launches a rare undead spawn. Soon, some human-looking thing pops up in front of Ryan. Once it spawns, the system's like, name your pet. Boom, a blast goes off, freaking out the minions nearby. Later, our hero, still wearing skin, walks out carrying Ryan's body like luggage. He steps out, claiming the mage went rogue and wrecked the place. He says the mage is trapped, but they gotta bail before he breaks free. He plans to drop Ryan off with the fan. Hopping on a horse, he tells him to hold the mage for cash rewards. As our main guy rides off, that's the last time they see the kid. At the Parton crib, servants report to Ferris, the 7-circle boss. When a goon mentions the arch is missing, Ferris checks. Who else knows? Guy says just me, so Ferris orders him killed. They're stressing over Sansa, but if rumors leak about if the Partons snatched the sermon kid, they were totally cooked. Just then, things got chaotic outside. A sermon guy crashed the party, slicing up the help. Ferris screamed scram. But dude's like, nah, where's that huge boom? The spot Rion, ghosting for a week. And a Parton, crew all screamed guilty in the kidnapping drama. Playing dumb, Ferris says he's clueless and their own. Air sends, vanished to, let's team up to find M. He says, the visitor called Cap and told him to zip it. Truno stood by, Loki praying things wouldn't get messy. See, up front, shooshed everyone and called him a snake. But Ryun vouched for him, so he's off the hook. Truno then spilled that Ryun left a secret clue for the fam. Sa started digging, and boom, she found the hint. Sans Parton's corpse swung from a tree. Note read, I'm a kidnapper. Punish me. But S.A. spotted a letter and started reading. Ryun wrote that his OG plan was to hijack Sans' body and wreck him, but the risk was too high. Also, coming back as run Manhwa, and the fam wasn't ready. So, he's ghosting for now. Say torched the note and told Truno to bounce. Meanwhile, Ryun's jogging when a dude says the guild boss needs him. Kids the MCSA later realizes Ryun is actually the Drea dragon. 3 months later, in hub of the Painstroy Kingdom, tea spilled about the Parton versus Sermon beef. Some Parton traders snatched the Sermon heir, starting the drama. Eventually, the Sermons just took the sorry cash, but they couldn't find the perp or the kid, so everyone thought the Sermons were lying. They used to be goats, but now they're total flops. At Martin Assassin Guild, manager Sapphire watched the mess unfold. She figured the Sermon fam needed the bag way more than finding their lost heir. Dunn brought up Truno's execution while chugging a beer. Sapphire said he helped the traitor, so Alejandro chopped his head. Sapphire felt kinda sketch. Alejandro's a rare swordmaster, yet he does the dirty work himself. Run enters, daps Uncle Dunn's, and walks up to Sapphire's desk. She slid him an invite to officially join the guild squad. He had one test left, but she waived it. Pointless for you, she smirked. I mean, he hit the final stage in just 2 months, while she hypes up his talent best rookie they've seen in centuries. He fakes being humble, but she clocks the act. Still, better than before. 2 months back, Rune just kinda popped up at their sketchy guild, slamming down stacks of cash for a hit. Since the guild takes literally any job, if the money's good, she treated him like a VIP instantly. She swears it wasn't just about the loot. Her gut screamed, this kid was special. Dressed like a bum but rich as a king, Rune put a hit out on himself. Being curious was the only normal reaction. Letter in hand, he dips out to read it in peace. Then Carl, masked dude, asked if she hired Rune purely on vibes. Sapphire explains that Rune speed ran 5 to 10 years of training in just 1 month. She asks if he dug up any dirt on Rune's background yet. Carl says Rune's master vanished, so he joined to track the guy down. Because of his weird request, they vetted him hard before letting him in. Carl even checked the crib, supposedly shared with his master, confirmed someone definitely lived there. Sapphire worries he's actually Ryun Sermon, that missing rich kid. Rune showed up at their spot right when Sermon vanished. Carl says, 0 chance. Sermon had no mana, 0 sword skills, and trash stamina. Can't be the same guy. He tries to keep yapping, but Sapphire shuts him down. He can't play detective forever. Instead, she tells him to hunt for clues on Rune's mystery master. Meanwhile, Rune spies on their whole chat using necromancy skills. He realizes Sapphire's gut instincts are scary sharp. He checks his stats. The levels he spent on the job change are back. Dumping mana into body domination was totally worth it. It changed his looks and blocks mana detection completely. It even fooled a top-tier assassin's detection skills. Later, an undead girl named Kornak pops up. She's got insane skills, and Rune sees she's actually leveling up. Her phantom powers surprised him, weren't in the description. Checking the circuit, he finds a hidden quest with secret unlock terms. The completion alert triggered right after he beat Archie. Mixing, Hand of Death, Phantom, and the quest cooked up. Right now, she's just a manating parasite leeching off him, but she'll be useful later. It's all about future gains, not now. Zoning out, he gets interrupted by Dunn. Rune claims he was just singing about his big promotion dreams. Dunn hypes him up at this growth speed, totally doable. Then he drops the bomb on the 3 finalists. Spoiler alert, only one makes the cut. Pass this, and you're official grade 5 assassin status. The trio lines up. Dunn asks, who's got the T on the target? Ren spills Alak, 47. Shopkeeper rolls with 3 mercs for clout. 2 of those bodyguards are bronze tier, but one's a silver mage. Yikes. Rumor says he's got a young side piece. He visits nightly. Guards bounce to give him privacy. Dunn actually digs the homework. Ren even found a glitch to sneak past the security. Dunn's only worry, is it 100% locked in that this guy actually shows up at her place? Ren blinks. Dunn explains, that's why Martong always gets the receipts. He pivots to Rune. What intel are you sitting on? Rune asks if he actually has to share. The others look shook. Even if they team up, they can't all join the club. It's a solo winner game. So yeah, he's gatekeeping his info. Smart play. The others get salty, realizing they yapped too soon. Just co-workers, right? Rune shuts that down. Co-workers. Nah? Skipped that class. Dunn loves the savage vibe. Correct mindset? Now, focus up. Dumping or using people when needed. That's just assassin one. He checks if the others have beef. They shake their heads. Dunn yells, go, and they scatter. Reminds him of Rune's own survival test. 3-day timer. Location, high stakes, the weird side quest. They had to log him as a special trainee at the local branch first. Killers laughed. We'll find him in 10 minutes. Epic fail. Ghosted them for 3 whole days. Couldn't find him? They had to respect the trap game. Sapphire kept her word and trained him. Back to reality, Rune realizes going pro is hard. This target is set to max difficulty. Feels like history in the making. Meanwhile, Pala dodges magic, alarms like a total pro. But oops, surprise didn't see that coming? Ren hides and whispers. Thanks for the distraction, Pala. The target has survived a million. Hit so, he's hiding in the main wife's room. Classic move. Wifey is furious about the side chick and the assassins. He pleads innocence and brags about the room's safety tech. Ren eavesdrops on the drama from the roof. Decides to drop 5 guards and just rush in. Meanwhile, Wifey pulls a knife on him, totally done with the cheating and him stealing her fam's cash. He tries lying, saying the biz funds were just low, but she knows he blew that cash on a gift for his side chick. Zio Chilshi stabs him right in the heart, then instantly starts ugly crying over it. Ren watches the guy flop, totally shook that the wife actually did the job, wondering if she failed the mission or what. Then she remembers Rune. Wait, where's he been this whole time? She heads back to report an L, saying wifey snagged the kill, not her. But Rune's already there. Did he even go to the house? Susk. Paula shows up safe too. He dipped while the hired muscle was busy brawling. Dunn drops a bomb. Mission wasn't a fail. Rune aced it. They freeze as Dunn spills the tea. Rune played the wife like a puppet to kill him. Dunn asks how, and Rune explains, looking totally bored. He says the answer was all in the drama. Between the guy and his main wifey, he used their messy home life. Everyone thinks the boss must have fed him cheat codes or something. But Rune's like, nah. Digging up dirt on a famous merchant is basically child's play. Ren knew Alax sold booze and just got a new side piece. While those two were snooping around, Rune had already done his homework and started his master plan. Paul is confused. How'd you finish the research before knowing who to hit? Rune smirks. He didn't just check one guy. He stalked everyone in town with shady rumors or a target on their back. He cozied up to the gossip-loving merchants ages ago. Since he sped round training in 2 months, he prepped plans for every potential mark. Dude prepped everything in advance, strictly for whoever got picked, like memorizing the whole textbook for a pop quiz. During his snooping, he found out Alex's main wife, Kelly, had major beef with him. He slid into her life while she was getting treated like trash by her hubby, teaching her how to secretly hire the Hitman Guild. Dude kept ignoring her for other girls while burning through her family's cash. Kelly loathed him, enough to kill, but didn't actually want him dead. So Rune told her, hire extra muscle to scare him straight, and he'll stay safe. So, right when he ran to his wife's room, Rune had already planted an idea. The chaos on the mistress. Tell him it's a plot, so he comes crawling back. Kelly was drunk, and she agreed. He admits her plan would have worked perfectly if that was it. But right before the big moment, he slipped her one last juicy info drop. Hubby blew all the fam's cash on biz expenses. Yeah, right? Total setup, but he flipped the script like a boss. Dunn's clueless on how a normie wife sliced her guy. Rune spills the tea. The booze was totally spiked, with a magic brew to keep the body count at 0. So he slipped some funky stuff in the water. The mercs chugged, kicked in right on cue. Stuff made him dumb and raged out. Instant drama. Paula clicks that his juice caused the merc brawl. TL Doctor. Everything went exactly how he plotted. Leaks plus rage use made Kelly snap and delete him. Then Dunn gives props for acing the vibe check. Ryun says pay up plus extra, cause Kelly just went full killer mode. But hey, we still broke in. Only we know she did it. She'll pay huge to keep it hush. Everyone. Ishuka's skills are legit next level crazy. Dunn boots the 2 noobs, but stops Rune. Grills him hard. Yo, wifey's gotta live with that guilt forever. You missed a spot. Genius. We train hitters, not literal monsters. Rayun's chill thought she was just normie till I saw she iced all his hubby was trash 2 drugs. Loans. Shady dens. Kelly hid all her sketchy kills cause Seraphim is rich. He was over her, but kept getting side pieces knowing she'd end them all. Families are still searching for those girls. But Kelly's cash buries the evidence. Deep info stays hidden. It was just a test hit anyway. Even if wanted him alive, we only get the bag if he Ryan's like, does the client's drama even matter? We just want the money. Says Kelly never actually swore. Wouldn't handle the guy herself? She tried to play us, but we finished it our way. If she's guilty forever. Sounds like a her problem. Dunn's asking if hitters need feelings. Ryun replies, to keep our souls, get strong, and rewrite the rules. Searching for a conscience in this gig. Useless, and then he dips. Sapphire hypes. Our boy, you passed. Legit. Member. Grade 5 assassin now. Boom. The second she speaks, he levels up. His system pings with some sweet updates. Major respect from the squad, and high hopes from Dunn. Sapphire sighs. You can take official jobs now. Maybe promote if you're good. She definitely didn't expect him to. Chase a promo instantly, but he interrupts, reciting the rulebook like a nerd. Then he bluntly asks, yo, how much cash did we just make? Sapphire starts sweating bullets. She admits the advance was 10 gold. Completion was 10 gold, plus 10 gold hush money from Kelly. He smirks. Test or not, I finished the job. That loot is mine. And since the promo requirement is 30 gold per gig, he totally qualifies. Ping. The option to become a 4th grade assassin unlocks instantly. She warns him, don't get too cocky. We have rules here, kid. Real assassins only start counting at grade 4. Honestly, she's just salty about his attitude disrespecting the veterans. She tries to wave him off, but he shouts, I'm keeping that application. She starts yelling, but Dunn steps in. Chill. Rune is ready for the 4th grade test. No disrespect intended. He showed us something clutch out there. Raw stats. No fancy schemes, just pure instinct. And he crushed the target with some big brain plays. Besides, we can test his skills or humble him real quick. Sapphire thinks back to that game of tag. Dude just spammed traps the whole time. She agrees. You might die. He grins. Bring it. Later, over drinks. Dunn says the test is a month or 2 away. Until then, I could train you. Dunn offers, Rune passes. Nah, I need a break. He tells them he's ghosting the guild for a bit. Since he's official now, he's allowed to leave the zone anyway. I'll be back before the test, checking the Martin branch for updates. Then they keep chugging drinks until they drop. Rune knows, 4th rank means 0, chill time later. Hunting bosses means absolutely no nap time. Gotta dip before the real grind starts. He hits the dark zone. Literal, land of the dead. Some noble rolls up with knights. Who are you? Rune fakes a limp. OW, my leg. It's busted. Give me a ride to the village, or I'm dead meat here. Dude acts all high and mighty, claiming he'd waste Ryun if he wasn't busy. But Ryun can tell the guy's schedule is actually emptier than his head. Ryun pleads for a ride, and a voice from inside tells Kennel to let the kid hop in. Kennel refuses, just pulls Ryun onto his horse instead. Mid-ride Kennel grills him. So our boy drops his name. Says Ryun's only alive because of the VIP lady, claims he lucked out big time. But Ryun knows, luck had 0 to do with it. Total setup. That's Senton Rose, legit blood relative, with the family crest. He cleared every danger just for this. Knowing way back the Rose crew would take this exact road. So he'd been chilling in the Feinstroy boonies waiting. Then the Rose fam crashed, and she got kicked into exile. He knows only small fry border nobles stuck around. So these escorts aren't legit knights. Just hired muscle given fancy titles to look important. His intel says the Rose downfall is totally linked to the sermons. One knight asks why sermon is even mixed up in this mess. Another claims those snakes off the Rose boss to bury their dirt. Ryun is seriously shook hearing that. Eventually, they take a quick breather. Ryun pieced it together. The Rose fam crashed because of recent drama. Between Sermon and Parton, Sermon's team Darren, Parton's team the big bro, joined the enemy squad, becoming a Sermon knight. That started it all. While working out in the dark zone, a monster got him. Sermon sent huge aid to honor the but a rival family, who totally hated the Roses, backed Sermon just to stir the pot, which eventually led to the Rose leader getting taken out. Word was the Roses were actually working for Sermon on the low, who killed the boss to cover tracks. The Roses swore it was actually Parton who did the deed. Didn't matter though, Parton was getting too powerful. Now, leaderless and broke, the Roses are exiled to Darren. Only people who know the real story are the loyal ones who stuck by while Lady Rose snoozes, the knights hang outside. Some on watch, others by the fire hearing Kennel rant. He's yapping that Parton and NER sketchy, while Sermon's the good guy. The guards hype him up, and meanwhile, Ryun is quietly slurping soup next to them. Guard looks over, thinking the kid is bored to death, but Ryun drops a truth bomb, asking they should be spilling secrets in front of a random kid right now. The guards just shrugged. Keeps rambling, pointing out that Lady Rose is totally taking the biggest L here. Her Kennel and the new Bay Knights are clueless, so they haven't clocked how messy this drama is, especially with the Ani fam involved. Rue knows exactly what's up though. Ani's boss is a massive player with like 0 chill and a million hits on his head. Jobs Rune swiped left on cause the pay was trash for the danger. Gross vibes aside, the dude is super paranoid about safety. If a creep that careful is hunting Lady Rose, then camping in the open is basically asking for it. Suddenly, Rune spots a ninja move in the dark trees behind M. Realizing they've got a stalker, he decides not to start a brawl yet. Instead, he goes into the shadows to dig some gnarly traps for the creeps. When he finally sneaks back, the guards look at him, all confused, like why you so dirty, bro? They got 0 clue. He just prepped enough traps to pause the bad guys. Job done and armed with the tea got from Rose's crew. He creeps back to his tent to crash before dipping at sunrise. Next morning, they hit start on the trip again and finally roll up to Dom Village. Canel side-eyes Rune, asking what a kid's doing near the danger zone. Rune straight up lies. He's a merchant selling monster loot, and with that, he's ready to bounce. But the knight stops him and hands over a healing pot, courtesy of Lady Rose. Rune's shook, but he takes it, and the squad rolls out, leaving him solo with the drink. He downs it fast, just as a horse gang thunders past. Rune clocks them instantly as the chasers. Mercs, sword guys, mages, all led by Gurut. Ani the second, Ani bro. They zoom by without even looking at him. Still, Rune's Loki shocked. They caught up so fast after his traps. Then, he notices something. The bottle looks super pricey up close. Makes him wonder what Rose was thinking. Obviously, gifting that when she's on the run and her fam is totally losing. Rune knows Garuda's gonna catch her eventually. Shouldn't be his problem, or at least it wasn't supposed to be. But now he drank their fancy juice. He feels like he owes M1. So, with a quiet sigh, he pops his magic circles, summons Cornic, and gives her the first mission, while Rose's crew creeps along. Kennel hears a noise and instantly freaks out. He yells to speed up and tells the lady to stay back. The squad is confused, but listens when Kennel says mana users are on their tail. With the border near, he makes a plan B. If they catch up, the tanks grab the lady and bolt ASAP, taking point. Ken turns, and he charges the enemy to stall, even knowing the Ani squad is way out of his league. Meanwhile, the Ani crew pulls up to the mountain pass. They are shocked to see just one knight blocking the road. Kennel halts his horse and screams for them too. Scram, but freezes when Garuda Ani Uh-oh, big boss alert. His squad thinks unmasking is dumb, but Garuda's totally chilling. The job? Flatline everyone except Saint Zero, chill. He orders the boys to grab the girl before the border. The mercs attack, and Kennel tries to intercept, but he gets wrecked by a mage blast and eats dirt. Hurt bad. Kennel tries to stand, only to see Garuda summon his own fighter. Twist, it's Chiso, Kennel's old captain, who sold out for cash. Chiso wastes 0 seconds and clashes with Kennel, slapping the sword out of his hand in just a few hits. He nags Kennel to switch sides, but Kennel's loyal to the death. Hearing that, Garuda signals to end the show. Right before the kill shot, green fire blasts, Siso's back. Cornic, to the rescue. She doesn't hesitate, following up with blasts that fry Chiso instantly. Garuda's mage barely shields him in time. Back at the border, the Rose party is in total panic mode. Carriage totaled. Only 2 knights left defending Lady Rose with all their might. While the 2 Ani mercs roast them for being weak, things look grim, so Lady Rose steps out of the wreck. Totally.com. She tells her boys to drop their gear. Knife to her neck, she tells the mercs to take her, but warns them to spare her crew or she ends it, ruining their paycheck. But shocker, the merc laughs, saying she's worth 0 until she hits Darren. Suddenly, one merc zooms behind her, grabbing the knife to teach her a lesson about mana users. Seeing this, the Rose Knight tries to hit back, but Ryun appears instantly, booting the merc right in the face. The other merc, stunned by Ryun's entrance, is floored when Ryun says he's an assassin paid in soup and potions. Seeing an opening, Lady Rose connects the dots and offers 30 gold to save them. Ryun scoffs 30 gold is only enough for the first guy, but there's still the second, Ani-san, the commander, and a mage left. Lady Rose knows the stakes if she doesn't hire him fast. The mission flops in House Rose's history. Panicking, she agrees to his price, and he happily accepts. Deal sealed. He launches into the air and charges the thug freezes, wondering if Ryun just doxed himself is the real deal. Ryun powers up and takes out the first guy with a single swing. Total pro move. He's confident enough to flex his true identity. Now, and just like that, the Martin conquest kicks off. Ryun enters the chat, and the stakes are all or nothing. While Ryun poses, the downed bad guy pops up, laughing like a total psycho. Before Ryun can spin around, the zombie guy tries a cheap shot, swinging his rusty blade right in the middle of Ryun's combo. Ryun sidesteps. It is lesson 1. Never underestimate a Martin hit. Triggered. Both goons launch a synchronized beat. They switch positions, trying to double-team Ryun at the exact same time. Ryun engages tryhard mode, activating super speed and body hacks. He zips around them faster than a glitch in the Matrix. The duo is confused, blaming illusions because they can't land a hit. They decide to camp and wait for the perfect moment to counter. Spoiler alert, that ship has already sailed. Bye-bye. Ryun flashes in front. Like, by the way, you're already cursed. Before they can even process that, their HP bars start draining fast. Rune finishes them off in a messy, spectacular red splash. Sun's up. The squad patches up the carriage and checks the fallen. Right on cue, Sir Kennel makes his dramatic entrance. He rushes in, totally sweating over everyone's safety. Lady Rose gets stereoed, while Ryun chills, knowing he carried the team. The guards are like, "Whoa, boss, did you solo all those mobs yourself?" But the knight admits a random mystery mage carried him. Thanks to that assist, they bagged Garuda and beat the traitorous punk. Speaking of mages, Kornick herself drops into the chat. On Ryun's signal, she dumps a battered Garuda like yesterday's trash. Kennel spots Ryun and goes, "Hey, it's that helpful kid from earlier." But Lady Rose drops the bomb. Actually, he's a deadly Martin assassin. Kennel's brain buffers, so that's why the enemies dropped so fast. Explains how the mage was clearing the map while he was busy. Hearing Martin Garuda, panics and yells, "I'll pay triple, let me go." Assuming hitmen only care about the loot, not the target. Twist Ryan looks bored and gets super annoyed. He slices Garuda in two. Reason: you talk too much. He gives Lady Rose a look that screams, "Don't even think about stiffing me." Terrified, she nods. Ryun steps up to talk payment terms. He says he doesn't need cash now since the fam is kinda broke, but he demands a secret verbal contract. Pinky promise style. Deal set, he tells them to keep moving to the objective. "Don't worry about the mess," he says. "The guild's on cleanup duty." Ryun turns to bounce, but Kennel, impressed by the kid's swag, shouts out to him. Ryun just winks, snaps his fingers, and poof, he's gone. The guards are shook. Kennel's floored. The kid claims assassin, but summons a freak zombie. It literally talked, then it insane. Kennel clues in. Anyone who boss is a zombie, that hard. Rune is Probs A, student of the GOAT.